Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important router event, that is navigation error. So by the end of this session, you will be able to understand what is navigation error, why do we use it, what are the benefit of using navigation error, and all the condition where we can invoke, where it will trigger the navigation error event. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use navigation error router event. But prior to that, you should know what is router, what is routing, and what are the methods that we already know. Okay, and for the detailed content you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. From there you can take a reference and you can learn the required thing, which is available in both Hindi as well as English language. Okay, alright, so let's get started. Here you can see, firstly I have noted down one main heading, that is Angular 19 course by Sharmit. Post that we have put the topic name, and today's topic name is navigation error working demo. So mainly we are going to learn about this thing, what is navigation error with working demo. So here after that, what we are doing, we have created two anchor links, anchor tag. We are using anchor tag with router link to create a link. So what it will do, it will help, the first link will help us to navigate to about route. Okay, so whenever user want to click on about, it will click here on this link and it will take them to about, which is component. Similarly, we have second link which is helping us to go to contact, but in this case it will fail. Why? Because if someone asks you about the actual definition of navigation error, so navigation error is a route event that will trigger when there is any kind of error occurred. Okay, so just to replicate that scenario, what we will do, we will navigate to contact, and in contact we will generate error. Okay, and that error will help us to trigger this event, that is navigation error. Okay, now you can see we have both links, one for go to about and one for go to contact, where it will fail. Now after this, what we have one horizontal row and one router outlet tab. So what this router outlet will do, it will simply show the output. Okay, so whatever output you want to show here on the browser, it will come after one horizontal row. This horizontal row is optional, but if you want to keep it, you can, otherwise you can skip it. Okay, alright, so this part is clear. Now next thing is it's time to understand what is component, right? What all component we have created. So in case if you don't know how to create component, you can simply run one command, that is ng for Angular, g generate c component, and the name of the component is about. So when you write about here and press enter, it will create this about component for you. Similarly, we have another component, that is contact component. Similarly, we have admin component and many more, but in this demo we are going to use only about component and contact component. Okay, all right, now next thing is I'll show you like what all default files we have and what things we have changed here. So firstly we will go to about.component.css, which is blank. That means this is by default, we haven't changed anything here. Second file is HTML, where I just replaced the existing code, the default code, with this line. So I just kept this one heading that will show about page. Okay, if you want to keep it as h1, that is also fine, you can make it h1. Okay, all right, then we have spec.ts, and this is the file which we rarely use because this is something related to testing file. Maybe in future we can use it, but for now we will just simply ignore it. So you can say it is a default file, we haven't changed anything here. In component.ts also, like I'm not using any link or anything in this component, that is why it is also default, we haven't changed anything here. Fine. Now the next thing is contact component. So in contact components we have multiple files. You can see here contact.component.css, which is again blank. HTML, here I just changed it to contact page. We have spec.ts, which is default. Then we have contact.component.ts, which is nothing but a default file. So you can say both components are very simple default thing. Okay, we haven't put anything, any complex logic in it. All right. So after component, next thing we need as a prerequisite is resolver, because to generate the error for the component, for the contact component, we can see we are going to create it will fail, right? To fail the thing, what we will do, we will create one resolver, and that resolver will help us to break the component navigation. How? Let me show you. So I'm sure like you know about resolver, because this thing we have already covered. In case if you don't know, so you can just understand that it is something that will help us to provide the data before the component actually loads. And to create the resolver, you can simply run one command, that is ng for angular g generate r resolver, and then the name of the resolver like data. So when you hit this command, it will create these two files for you, data.resolver.spec.ts and data.resolver.ts. So as per the name, if you are using any other name, let's say ABC, so accordingly it will create for ABC. Okay, now next thing is we can check what we have in data resolver. So I was just saying that if you created it with ABC name, so it will create two files, abc.resolver.spec.ts and abc.resolver.ts. okay, so spec.ts is a default file, we haven't changed anything here, and data.resolver.ts is a file where we have noted down some lines. Let me show you what. So firstly, I'm showing here console.log, which is showing resolver executing. So with this message, it will be clear to us that yes, resolver is started executing. Then forcefully, intentionally, we are throwing the error. So you can see here, throw new error, intentional resolver error for the demo. So this error will help us to invoke the a particular event, that is navigation error. Okay, fine. So I think resolver is okay. Now we will go to the next thing, that is app.route.ts file, because now it's time to configure the thing. We have component, we have resolver, so it's time to do the configuration. So here we can see we have first link that so this part what we are doing here, it is helping us to create the default path. Okay, so by default it will take user to the about. Clear? Then we have next thing where we are defining the path as about, component as about component, and after that we have another component declaration where we have mentioned path as contact as contact component, and where here we have applied the resolver. So resolve data resolver. Now from where we get this name, you can simply check the file again. Here you will find data resolver. Okay, so and also we have mentioned this command, this will throw error. That means we know that it intentionally we are creating error from here. Fine. So one thing is clear. Now we will simply go to app.component.ts to do the final coding, and here you can see in the import section, and remember one thing, okay, whatever you are using here, it should be imported here. So if you are using editor, it will automatically import, otherwise you can manually write these things as per your configuration. Alright, so in app.component.ts, firstly we are importing the router outlet and router link. Router outlet will help us to show the output, and router link will enable the link for us. So same thing you can see here also, it is imported. Fine. Now after that, in class what we have mentioned, we have declared the constructor for the router. It is imported, it should be imported. Then we are checking this .router.event.subscribe event of event. If event instance of navigation error, so basically we are checking if it is an event instance of navigation error. So we will simply console one message, that is navigation error failed, navigation error fired. Then we will show the error message with event.error.message, and also we will generate one alert box which is navigation error occurred, check console. So this is the entire logic that we have implemented. Now let's verify the output. So ng serve --open enter. Just wait for a few seconds and then it will show you the output on the browser screen. So we have got something. So let's see what we have. It is there in the browser. So we can see we have main heading Angular 19 course by TechSharmit. Then we have navigation error working demo, secondary heading. Then we have two links. One is for go to about and one is for go to contact, which will fail intentionally. Currently it is on about page because we have set the default route as about. Now firstly click on this, right click, inspect, go to console. And here we will check, like I'll click on this go to contact. The moment when I click here, it will open this dialog box, alert box, which is showing navigation error occurred, check console. Okay. And now you can see in console we have multiple messages. First is resolver executing. That means firstly the resolver is executed. Then navigation error fired, because it throws the error and navigation error fired. And also it shows error messages, intentional resolver error for demo, and you can see the error here. Okay, so this is exactly what we are expecting from this code. So I hope this session is clear to all of you. If you have any queries, questions, suggestions related to the session, please reach out to me through comment section, and in the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching TechSharmit.